Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Gelderland. The container sell, the restaurant and the sell everything container is about €2,000 per 1,000 litres of diesel, which I would say is a pretty good rate of conversion. The sunflower oil is about the same. So if we go into here and we have a look, I just want to first see how much it takes. 2 into 1. So two bits of sunflower. Sorry, two sunflower seeds in. They become 1 on there. The diesel thing. I don't know what the recipe is for that one, so I'm going to have to actually put that one down. So 170,000. I'm going to need to borrow a little bit more money. I now have 2.25 million, but I have enough to buy a diesel factory, so it all balances out. Let's go back into here. Diesel production. Let's go and see what this one does. Okay, where am I? That's here we go. There's the potato one, this is the sugar one, this is the mill, this is the other mill, this is the liquid, what do you call it, the oils, we've got a bakery, we've got 2 cereal factories, and we've got these 3 and the straw products up here. And honey is spawned down there, so if I put this one here, that one will go... Tell me I haven't got enough money. I know I've got enough money to do this. So I could drop that one down here somewhere. Like that. And then I've still got room possibly to go and make another factory. And the diesel will come out. The only thing with the diesel is transporting it. We're going to need to get a special transport trailer for that, aren't we? I mean, I suppose I could just sell it straight as we make it. Let's just first see how much this is going to cost us, because it might not actually be worth it. Because if it's 2 lots into 1, then we'll just make the oil. Let's go and have a look. Diesel right there. Oh, you've got to have all of them. But it's actually less than 1 to 1. But you need to have sunflower, canola, and beans, and then that makes 1,500 diesel. So you've got to have all 3 of them going in order to be able... I like this idea. I like the concept of it. But I'm not sure we want to do that at the moment. I think that's going to be something that we do later on, so we're just going to get rid of that one a minute. So I'm going to go back to that factory a second that we haven't actually done anything with, and we will get rid of it. So yeah, I really do like that idea. Yes, I want to sell it, so we get all our money back at least. And we'll come back to that idea. That's definitely something that we're going to come back to. There's another fuel one here. Produce biofuel from rapeseed, sunflower, soy, olive... I'm assuming olives. Sugarcane, sugar beet, potatoes, or wood chips. Waste products include compost and pig feed. Vegetable oils can also be processed. That seems to have an awful lot of different things on it. So again, I think we'll leave that one. So we'll stop any ideas for sunflower production at the moment. And instead, what we'll aim to do is stick with just turning the sunflower oil, the sunflowers this time into oil. And then we'll go and sell them. And then next time, we will do something a bit different with it. Possibly. I'm not entirely sure yet, but that's kind of like the idea of what I'm kind of thinking at the moment. I think that could work out fairly well. Okay, I'm going to bring you along here. I'm hoping there's enough room to turn on the other headland. I really like the fact that we're going at a decent speed now. This is much, much better. Let's bring you back round here. I'll be able to do the cornfield nice and quickly as well. So I'm going to just set the hired help going on this one. And that one's going to go whizzing up across the field there. Then we're going to go back over to this one. And I'm going to go and start getting the straw. Now, I know I've got a little bit of straw over there. I also did want to go and get the new header that we've got. get started on that job. But I want to pick up this straw first. I'm not going to worry about... I was actually wondering if we should put some more into the straw processing, because that's a bit of income for us. I rather like that we're getting a bit of income from that. It just sells directly, and we make a little bit. So I'm just going to start this one up. So I do quite like that one. Can I... Yeah, I can. Right. I'm going to do this entire field in 2 passes. Okay, that's very, very cool. What we need to do is we definitely need to make this one bigger. I think if I could do this field in a single pass, I think that would be about right. Because, like, now that we get straw from every single crop that we do, it definitely needs to be just altered ever so slightly so that I'm not leaving anything behind. We do get all of the straw, but at the same time, it's not going to take us absolutely ages. So if I was able to do this in a single pass, then the rest of the land that we've got, we'd be able to get across that pretty quickly and pretty efficiently. I think that would be a good way to go. I think that would be a good way forward. So we'll just run up here and grab the rest of this, and then I can put 1,000,000 litres of this straight into the straw processing if I want to, although I'm actually thinking it'd be better if we go and put it in for the cows first. And we'll focus on filling the cows up. I love the speed that combine is now able to drive up and down that field. That is so much better than what it was before. Right, let's go in this way. I'm going to start picking up this straw while we doing our combining over there. So I go round that side. That didn't get all of it. Did actually think that it would, but never mind. Go around there like that, and then head up across here. And I'm not quite getting that next line over either. Oh well, that's alright. We can get 2 lines at a time with this. And once we've... Yeah, I'll come back up here. Okay, so we'll just worry about doing 2 lines at a time. And yeah, so once we've finished doing this field here, I can get that one set up and going in the cornfield. Then we can go and get started on the other field as well. Actually, I'll tell you what. We'll bring this one up to here, like that. It can stop there a second. We're going to go and get this one. And I'll unhitch that trailer. And we will go down to the shop and we'll go and get our next beast. You know what? I don't actually need to drive this to the shop, do I? I can just click on it and reset the machine. So why don't I just do that? I mean, you can actually use the hired help thing, but I don't really like doing that. Right, yes, reset it. But then what I also want to do is I want to go back to the shop and I want to get... another header trailer. There. Right, now. Which was the root header trailer? Is that new? Oh, that's because I got one from the cat pack as well. So I'm going to get this one here, and then we had it set up so that we... Except that this next one is toothpaste, so we're going to go with toothpaste on there, and then... Gold rims look a little bit dark and dreary, don't they? Let's go with pink rims. I think that's quite cool. And I'll just leave the rest of it. I need to set the number plate. Alright, I've already finished the field up there, so I'm going to just start this one up, and he's gone to a different steering mode because I teleported him down here. Going to hitch that one on. There. And then I'm going to fold that one up. And I need to go round the other side of it. Like this. And that one gets dropped on there. Like that. And then I can hook it on. And we can head back to the farm with this one. So, we've got 2 headers now for our machine. They're all ready to go, and we'll be able to start doing our harvest. I'm going to get going with the corn harvest first, once I've emptied out those sunflowers and set those making in our mill, and then we can start doing this harvest. There's nothing that I actually need to plant now, because I've gone and missed the window for barley and wheat. We won't be doing any of that this year. So we're going to do some oats instead, because we can make flour from the oats. I won't do it in the big field just back there. That big field, I don't actually know what I want to do in there at the moment. I'm wondering about sugar beet, actually. We could do a big root crop harvest. I don't want that to sort of be a focus, but I wouldn't mind big root crop harvest in that field. That could be interesting. I know that we did do some potatoes in there previously. I don't know. We'll just kind of wing it. We'll make sure that everything is plowed, and I don't actually need to do any cultivating. Well, not for... I do need to cultivate for some of it, but I don't need to cultivate for all of it. So I'm going to bring this one over here, and then I'm just going to stop that there a second. We're actually just going to stop right here. You don't need to do anything for a minute. You can stay there for a second. Let's go and get the combine, because this one's now all done. And let's fold that one up. I love the way that folds up. That is absolutely brilliant. That is fan-schmastic. Right, let's go and dump. So I'm going to put this into the mill. We're going to turn it into oil, and then that oil can just be sold. The canola oil, that's just going to automatically feed to wherever we want it to feed to, and we're not going to worry about it. Let's bring you out like this. And dump you in there. So if I'm going to plant stuff, wherever I put sunflowers, I'm going to need... So if we go to soil composition, needs plowing. So it'll be that one from the corn, and it'll be this one here from the corn as well. Quite why the sunflowers have left behind a layer of fertilizer, I don't really know. Then these three, they don't need plowing. So we had wheat, I think, in there, and then we had canola in these two. So if I was to put oats into that big one, and then... let's go and have a look. We can't plant canola, wheat, or barley. So I'm going to put oats into the big one. We'll put... we could do soybeans. And then there's also the possibility that we could plant some cotton. Wait just a cotton picking moment, I hear you say. Do we really want to do that? Well, quite possibly. I mean, we could also go with sugarcane. We'll do the sugar beet, and we'll see how we get on with the sugar in there. So we have got a little while before we need to make decisions. I also am definitely going to need a whole load of grass in here. That's just something that we have to have. I'm running low on fuel. I'm going to have to go and top that one up in a second. I want to go into here, that one, and then... right, sunflower oil. I got 37,000 litres of sunflowers. That, I'm just going to have it spawn. So I'm going to activate that one. Right there. And that's going to start making me some sunflower oil. The canola, that is just going to stay, and it's distributing. And that's going to be feeding our other one. And then I want pancakes over here. So I'm going to need maple syrup. I also need grapes. I need grapes and olives, but that's not something that we're going to be using those fields for. It's basically, I want to make the right crops to get our fields up and rest. I'm never going to get tired of that. Ever. I'm just never, ever going to get tired of that unfolding. I'm going to do that with some more of them, I think. I think this is going to have to be our new thing. We're going to have fast unfolding. It's just efficient. It's time efficient, and it makes perfect sense to do it. Can I get round that corner without messing things up too badly? Sort of. Although, my combine is trying to lean over to one side here. quite sure why we're leaning over to one side like this. But we are. It's not leaning over to one side quite so badly now. Maybe it was just the way I went around the corner. Probably. The corn that we get from here is going to have to go into the cereal factory and also go into the potato factory as well. We want to get both of those topped up completely. If we have anything left over afterwards, then I'll figure something out to do with it, but I don't quite know what that will be. Now, it's these fields down here in front of me I was wondering about doing as grass fields. Like, if we were to get rid of all the trees in between and then join the three of them together, we could turn that into one great big grass field. I think that could work out quite nicely, and it would definitely help us with our issue that we're going to be facing with needing our cows to have some food, because they're going to need food, strangely. I know it does come as a shock to me just as much as it does to you, but apparently when you keep animals, you have to feed them. I know. I'm not really sure about this whole idea. I was thinking that perhaps we could just have the animals living on air or something like that. That would work. And I'm already on 30,000 litres of grain from here, so I think by the time we finish this field, we're going to have enough to top up both of those factories. And I think I will just store the rest. I'm not going to do anything else with it. I'm not going to try and put it through the mill and turn it into flour or anything like that. If I just store... Actually, we can turn it into corn oil. If you go through this, the advanced factory right there, that does actually turn it into corn oil. But I'm thinking that I don't want to do that, not with this, because reasons. Yeah, the speed that we'll get through the corn, I'm kind of hoping that we'll go through it reasonably quickly, which means that we'll then be have full justification for storing everything that we've already got. Well, I don't actually need justification for that. It's just that, you know, I do feel like I have to justify all of my decisions just because. So, yeah, we store it, and then we will have enough then to top up. And possibly the potato factory is not going to use up that much corn, but I reckon that the cereal factory is going to use a boatload of it. So we will do that. But anyway, that one can carry on and do that bit, and while that is doing that, you will be useful. I mean, I really should be just using the other one. Right, what's going on here? I'm not sure that's entirely the way that it should be hitched on. Something seems to have gone a little bit wrong with that one just there. It's okay now, though. We just pretend that we never actually seen that. I don't quite know what that was all about. That was really weird. And we will go there, and then I can go over to this one. And actually I can start unfolding this one while we drive round in a circle and get this one hitched off of here. And as soon as I have that one on there, I can now start unfolding that one as well. And that is now ready to go. Right, so we drop down into the field. And I have this one at a decent cutting width and a reasonable speed as well. So this is going to keep us ticking along. We're probably going to fill this thing up completely without any trouble at all, because, yeah, I'm already 1/10 full, and I've only just gone along the edge of the field just a little bit. Left a bit there. Let's move over towards the outside edge a little bit more. I reckon once around the outside with this one, the combine is whizzing up and down. We've got this one. I rather like this whole process that we've got going here. Like, we get through our harvest nice and fast. I'm still doing the harvest, but because I can get through it nice and quickly like this, it means that we can quickly move on to doing other tasks, so we can progress through the seasons a little bit quicker than the realistic approach. And I'm really, really enjoying doing it like this. So, yeah, and also, now that we've established that the map is not broken, it was just some mistakes that I made, and I've fix those mistakes, I'm going to be staying here for a while. So I'm hoping that we can have our 65,000 cows all producing really, really nicely, and we can have a few extra little treats as well. So we'll see about that. Let's drop you down there and whiz you up through this way. So what am I going to do in the huge, great big field? I kind of like the idea of doing this, sugar beet. I kind of really, really like the idea of doing sugar beet in that great big field and turning it all into sugar. We will see how that works out. The other thing that I want to do is I want to turn sugar beet into cut sugar beet. And the reason that I want to do that is if we have a look here. So, sugar beet into sugar. 2 sugar beet goes into 1 sugar. And then the cut sugar beet is 5 of those into 3 sugar. So if it was 6 into 3, it would be the same rate as that, but it's not. So you actually get a better rate of conversion. And so you end up with more sugar if you cut the sugar beet first. There are ways that we can do that. And if we go into here, actually, I'm just wondering if we should unload into this thing before we unload into our trailer. Because this is something I'm actually quite looking forward to trying out. If I can find it. Where are they? Auger wagons, so right at the start. Okay, so if you go through here, you got these walkabout mother bins and stuff like that. But then if you go up here, we've got the sugar beet cutter pack. And you can basically put everything into these, and it turns it into sugar beet. So I could just use this one here, which takes, it takes the sugar beet in right there, and then it will tip it out again as cut sugar beet. That's got 43,000 litre capacity. This one here is up to 70,000, 77. This one's 141,000, and this one's 211,000 litres. And then we've got just the standard sugar beet carts here, so I could go and use one of those. So I was kind of wondering about maybe this one. This takes 50,000 litres, so we tip into there, and then from there tip into another one. This is a lot cheaper. That's 137,000 for that one. This one is 135. This thing, oh, it's not actually that expensive. I kind of want to use this just because it's ridiculously oversized, and yeah, why not? Let's do it. So we're going to buy that one for 170,000. I should probably lease some of these things rather than buying them every time. That would probably be a better way of doing it. Why is that combine going so slowly? What are you doing? Why are you going so slow? I mean, you're not now, because the boss has turned up and has said, what do you think you're doing? Ooh, I wonder if it's because of the weight of the grain in the combine. No, I don't think so. He's sped up now. I reckon it's because maybe the field was uneven, or he'd just turned himself round or something. I don't really know. I'm just looking to see... Yeah, I don't want you. I think this one might actually be the one that we need to use. So let's start you up. I'm going to leave that trailer right there. And I need to get this one down to the shop. So I'm just going to jump out a second. And then we're going to go here and down here. There we go. Let's reset that one. Yep. Okay. That one's just about finished now. This is going to be awesome. Right, we gotta get this back to the sugar beet field, and then we can tip from this one into the trailer that we'll be using. So, oh, I see. So the back steers as well. Does it do it when it's reversing? Yep. It's going to be interesting to try and park up. Okay, let's see what he does coming out here. Well, he does swing round quite nicely, so he's like he's able to avoid the telegraph poles at least. We have got that on our side. Oh, this is brilliant. This is definitely something that you would see driving up and down the roads in the Netherlands. In Gelderland, it's definitely something that you would see driving up and down the roads on a daily basis. And everything I say is completely 100% factually correct on this series, as is all of the machinery and buildings that we're constructing and everything else. It's all completely 100% factually correct. And if you believe that, you will also believe that I'm a financial guru, and all you have to do is mail me 10,000 euros, pounds, dollars, whatever, and for every 10,000 that you send me, I will give you 47 trillion in return. You will have to wait a little while in order to get it. It's an unspecified amount of time, but you'll get it eventually. Or, you know, inflation may not be quite as rapid as I was expecting, and so possibly it won't happen just for a little while, but you will get your 10 trillion, okay? There. I'm completely trustworthy. In fact, I'm so trustworthy, I'm thinking of changing my name to something like Honest John. Because if someone is called Honest John, you know for a fact that they can be completely and totally trusted. So, now that I've had my little spiel of selling things, I really love the way this thing turns. I am also aware that I just scat over a bag of fertilizer right there, which we want to be a little bit careful of. I think I'm just going to stop here, because what I can do is, if we're parked here, I can take cover off like that, and then I can also undo that one. While that one is undoing, I am going to totally realistically pick up this and just move it out of the way a minute. Totally realistically throw it around as well. Yeah, like that. There, completely realistic. That one is now ready to roll. Just going to shut that one off there a second. The combine, if I go and have a look, I got a little bit of straw left to pick up there. Combine over here has got a... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.